de InSouth le saluda Ghisela Eljach, su directora, y hoy me encuentro con esta hermosa mujer, Miss Dorothy Dowe. Right? La City of Greenville Council Member, y ella nos va a compartir un poco acerca de su rol en este título que ella ya ejerce aquí en la ciudad de Greenville. Welcome, Miss Dorothy, to InSouth Magazine.
Thank you for asking me.
Yes, I know you're busy, you're pretty busy, but I'm so glad that you took the time today to share with our audience about a little bit about boards and commissions. But before we go into that topic, we would like to know more about you and your role.
Okay, my role. So I'm one of 7 city council members for the city of Greenville, which is the largest city within Greenville County. My role is as an at-large member, so my stakeholders are all the residents of the city of Greenville, as well as business owners in Greenville, as well as people who come to visit the city of Greenville. So we have about 70,000 residents, and then business owners on top of that, and of course everybody who comes to visit our great city.
Super. Ms. Dorothy, so you have a big
Yes.
job
Yes.
within the city, and we would like to know more about boards and commissions. That was a topic that you mentioned to me that the Latin community should be aware of and
Yes.
also understand how they can be part of.
Yes.
So could you please share with our audience what is the boards and commissions
Sure.
and how they can be part?
Yes. So we have many boards and commissions for the city of Greenville, and they cover a varying, an array of things that we seek advice from. So the city council decides on policy for the city of Greenville, but we rely on our boards and commissions to give us suggestions for policy input, to review planning documents, to consider art in public places. Those are just a few examples. What we really are seeking as we move forward is to ensure that our city is diverse, that we are equitable, and that we are inclusive. And in order to do that, we want our boards to look as such and to act, with a voice from many perspectives. So right now, we have very few members of the Latin community, the Latina community, on our boards and commissions. And our conversation was, I met you, and I asked, help me with this, because we don't have many applications. So the boards and commissions, in order to serve on them, for some of them, you have to be a resident of the city of Greenville. For others, you could be just a business owner in the city of Greenville, and all of that is available on our city website. And I just encourage anyone who's interested in serving and interested in what a given board or commission does to apply.
Okay, excellent. And you just mentioned it, we met back, I think, a few weeks ago through the Greenville Growth Panel presented by my PR Lab, and we had the opportunity to meet and get to also share with the audience about the growth of the city and also how the Latin community is also growing here. And definitely you also mentioned me that the Latin community needs to be aware of this.
Yes.
So they understand the importance of being part.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay, so could you please share with the audience how they can apply?
Okay, so it's very easy to apply. The first thing to do is go to the City of Greenville website and search in the bar for boards and commissions. And there, each of our boards and commissions is listed, and it has a listing of what the board does, how often they meet, and what the requirements are for applicants in terms of living in the city or doing business in the city or whatever it is. I think what's really most important is that if you're interested in applying on a board and commission, apply for something that you're passionate about or that you have a connection to. Don't feel like you have to apply or need to apply just to serve time. Our best members of boards and commissions are ones that really care about the board and commission they're serving on, because it is not paid, it's a volunteer role. So it should be something that you're interested in and passionate in. You always have the opportunity to attend any one of our board and commission meetings. They are open meetings, open to the public. Most of them are streamed, and all of that, again, is available on the City of Greenville website. We we seek applications throughout the year, but we make recommendations for appointments twice a year. So we do a spring round and a fall round. And so the next round will be spring, we just finished fall, and applications are due for that round by February 1st. That doesn't mean if you miss that date, you never have a chance again. You know, like I said, we consider people at 2 times in the year, but applicants are encouraged to apply throughout the year. And I think, you know, everybody should feel free to speak on there'll be a, you know, why do you want to serve on the board and commission kind of question, and be candid. And again, the best way you can answer the question of why you want to serve on that commission, maybe is to have watched one of those commission meetings and see if it connects to what your interests are.
Okay, and once they apply, then they be contact, is that right?
So once they apply, we know how many, when we have openings on a given board or commission. So it could be, you know, in the spring round, maybe there are 12 to 15 appointments to be made across all the boards and commissions. Our staff, our city staff, first reviews all the applications for a given board or commission, and you can pick 2, so you could list 2 that you're interested in. Once the staff member, the staff that deals with that board or commission, you know, that works more closely with them, they will go through the applications and make a short list of applicants that they see as interesting, that they want council to interview. At that point, our municipal clerk will confirm whether or not the applicant lives in the city, right, or does business in the city, depending on which board, and then council will decide who to bring in for interviews. So it's kind of a step by step by step. If you are invited for an interview, you will probably be interviewed by 3 council members. We're divided into 2 interview panels. And for that, I can say, relax, be yourself. A natural question would be, why do you want to serve? And that shouldn't be a question that stumps you, because, you know, if you're applying, you know let's see what it is.
What it is exactly.
So, and then after that, we interview several more than we have spaces for typically. And then we consult as a council, and then we make a recommendation.
Okay, excellent. And how long they'll be serving that particular board?
Well, it depends on the board. So some are a 2-year term, and some are a 4-year term.
Okay.
And so if you were, and you have to meet that qualification, if it is a board that requires that you live in the city, you have to continue to live in the city to serve on it. So if you lived in the city and then moved out, right. Similarly, if the requirement was that you do business in the city, you would have to continue to do that. And one more thing I want to mention, and this is something I'm really passionate about too, passionate about all these, but we also have a youth commission. Our youth commission is high schoolers, same criteria, they have to live in the city, but we have no Latina members of our youth commission, and we have no applicants right now. And it is a great opportunity for a high schooler to learn about how policy is made in the city. Maybe they have an interest in government service, or maybe they have an interest in the law, or going to law school, something, you know, anything like that. It's just great experience for them to be on, and they meet once a month in the evening after school. So I just want to make sure everyone knows it's not just for adults, that it's youth too.
Excellent. Could you please share any social media that they can?
Sure. So the City of Greenville website is the first place to go for information, but if you have questions, you can certainly direct message me. Insta, Facebook, Twitter, at Dowe Dorothy, and it's Dowe, Dorothy. Sorry, everything is spelled strangely. Direct message me, direct message you, and you can connect them to me.
Yes, definitely.
Happy to answer any questions. And then if it's a question about knowing if you live in the city or not, that's easy to check on the application. There's a button you click, and you'll put in your address, and it'll check whether or not you're in the city limits.
Okay. So this is great information that Ms. Dorothy has shared with us. But definitely, we didn't know, and David was just mentioning about the youth.
Yeah.
So they can also go to the website,
yes,
and they can also apply.
Yes, they have to live in the city limits.
Okay.
Okay. They can attend public school, charter school, they can attend any school,
Okay.
but they have to live in the city.
Okay.
And it's generally 9th to 12th graders.
Okay.
So I will say that process takes a little longer because the youth commission itself selects candidates for interviewing, and they move a little bit slower because they only meet
Okay.
once a month and they don't correspond in between that. But when we have an issue that's affecting youth,
Okay.
right, that is the first place I would turn for input.
Okay.
And you know, they have openings and just really want to encourage any youth to apply. It is great experience, you know, if you're thinking about going on to college. I just think it's a really good opportunity to interact with other people and meet kids from other schools.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ms. Dorothy, for this interview. I think we have such great information, and definitely this is something that we need to know also as a Latin community,
Yes.
how we can get involved, how we can be part of decisions
Yes.
here in the city of Greenville.
Yes.
So now let me finish our conversation. Déjame invitar a todas las personas para que vayan y apliquen a la página web de la ciudad de Greenville, la que acaba de compartir la señora Dorothy con todos nosotros. Y definitivamente, como decía ahorita hace un ratito, es la oportunidad para que nosotros como latinos podamos compartir y también ser parte del crecimiento de esta ciudad y de tomar decisiones o ayudar a tomar decisiones a esas personas que están a cargo de la ciudad de Greenville. Y déjame incluir algo muy importante que le quiero añadir, es que la ciudad de Greenville es la ciudad más grande del county de Greenville. Entonces estamos hablando que esa es la diferencia entre el county de Greenville y la ciudad de Greenville. Por eso ella aclara que debe de estar usted viviendo ya sea en la ciudad de Greenville o tener un negocio o tener su negocio aquí en la ciudad de Greenville. Okay, Miss Dorothy, I tried my best to translate.
You did great. You did great. And can I say
Yes.
one little thing? For those who want to serve, but they don't live in the city of Greenville or they don't meet the criteria of the residency or business, the county also has boards and commissions.
Okay.
So if you live outside of the city of Greenville and you're in the county, go to the Greenville County website.
Okay, excellent.
But we want you if you're in the city, we want you in the city.
Ok, excelente. Si está en la ciudad, lo queremos aquí en la ciudad. Bueno, muchas gracias por su tiempo, and we would like, could you please invite everyone to read InSouth
Yes,
Magazine?
I love the cover.
Yes,
love
thank
the cover.
you.
Beautiful.
So please invite our audience to read.
Please read InSouth Magazine. I love the cover. love the those that work for it. It's a great publication. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Dorothy. Continuamos aquí con www.insouthmagazine.com.